G'day everybody, Nick Dingle here for the final and 20th part of our Super Mario Bros. Tutorial in Construct 2. This time we're going to finish up by doing the flagpole and the ending of every single level in the Mario game. So, to start this off, we are going to have to get another package. Okay, if you go down the description of the video, you're going to find flagpole and misc.zip. Now this contains a fair bit actually, and I've just organized it into the GFX and the SFX folders. So if you want to just drag them straight into your Super Mario Bros. Folder, then we'll get started there. So I'm just going to open up my good old Super Mario Bros. I'm going to highlight these two and dump them in there. Okay, so what that contained a few things. First of all, Mario's got two new animations. We've got small flag and big flag, okay? Hopefully they're self-explanatory when Mario's going down a flagpole. The other two, or other three I should say, is the castle flag, the firework, and the flag graphic. So they're the ones that brought in. Now, for the sound effects, we only have one quick sound effect that I want to just quickly thank Runtin. So he actually put this point sound effect together for me, so that's the big thank you. This is the sound that plays when your time gets converted into points. Okay, so anyway, that's done. Let's get all these things set up into our project and get going. So the first thing we're going to have to do is add the animations to Mario. So I'm just going to double click on this bad boy, and we're going to add two new animations down the bottom here. Okay, small flag, and then big flag. Alright, they're only single frame animations, so all I'm going to do with these guys is just click the open button, and then I'm going to go track down. Now I've got to go to the actual folder, that's the wrong one, so this one, graphic, Mario, which one am I on? Small flag, so let's go down to small flag. Okay, now before we move on to do big flag, I want to move his image point. So I click on the image point, I want to put it on the far right here, about there. Okay, and the reason I'm putting it there is because when Mario goes down the flagpole, you want him hanging on the flag from this side. So that's how it's going to look. Big flag, let's do the same thing, open him up. Big flag, set your image point. You can put it down a bit further if you want it, but you want to keep it roughly at the same height. Alright, with that done, we're just going to close him, and we're going to bring in the rest of the sprites. Now, these sprites, I'm going to put them all under, I think, the misc for this one. If you want to put them somewhere else, like items or whatever, feel free to do that, but I'm just going to create them under misc. So, right-click misc, insert an object, and let's do just the flag that's going to go at the top of the pole. So flag, splat, again, single image, so let's just go load, back to items, choose flag. Simple as that. Okay, there's our flag icon. Now, I'm just going to quickly place him over here. This is where I'm going to do my castle later on. Let's insert the next sprite, and this one's going to be castle flag. Now this is the one that appears above the castle at the end of the level when you finish. So there's our castle flag. Okay, done and dusted. Dun, 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 dun. And then we need one more for the fireworks. So I'm going to go sprite, firework, insert it. Now it's actually an animation, so I'm going to come down, right click on the animation frames, import frames from the sprite strip. This will be the last time we do this, guys, in this series anyway. I'm just going to make sure I tick this replace entire because I don't want the blank on there. Go OK. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. The only setting I'm going to change in this guy before we close, I want to click on default so I get the default animation properties. I'm just going to slow his speed by 1 down to 4. I found that a pretty good speed. If you don't like it, feel free to change it to anything you want. Okay, but that's it. Done. Okay. What I want to do with the firework now is there's a couple of ways we could do the fireworks. There's up to 6 of them that can be displayed at the end of the level that can explode above the castle. So you could actually just use the same fireworks 6 times, okay, and refer to the different UIDs of the objects. However, what I found the easiest and the best way is just to clone the firework object up to 6. So I'm going to right click on firework, clone, 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 clone. Now that isn't the best way to do things, I know that, okay? I just find it probably the easiest way to do things. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm just going to drag all 6 of them on. Whoops. So I can highlight them all, and we're going to set these bad boys to invisible. Okay, so initial visibility is invisible. I'll just move them away a little bit for the moment, and we'll come back to the fireworks later. Move these guys out of the way. We actually need 2 more objects, and you're probably going to hate me for this, guys, because I know we've already had enough new objects, but we need 2 more which are going to act as invisible triggers, just like the camera disable here. We're going to have 2 more just like that. So I'm going to right click, insert a new object. We're going to go sprite castle door. You can probably imagine what this is. Before you do anything to these guys, let's resize them. 16 by 16. Alright, and let's fill them in with a stupid colour that you would never use anywhere in the entire game. There's our castle door. Alright, set his visibility to invisible as well. Put him down there for the moment. And we need 1 more, which is going to be the actual flagpole. Okay, insert him. 16 by 16. Stupid colour. Not saying that is a stupid colour, but it is in a Mario world. And I'll put him down there. Those are all the objects, and they're ready to go. We have to set up the visuals now, okay? So, let's get that going. So, we're going to have to bring in our layers. We're going to have to think about the level layer and the overlay layer to do with our tile map, that is, okay? So, the first thing I want to do, I'm going to extend these floor tiles across a little bit, because we need a bit more space than that. Okay, I'm going to erase this guy here, because he needs to go away. And I'm going to probably put him a bit further up. But before I do, we really want to do the castle. Now, you're probably tempted to do the castle on the level layer. We actually need it on the background layer, because this can't be something that Mario can run into. Now, let's see if I can actually piece together the castle from memory. Okay, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but click there, make sure you've got your background tile map selected, and let us start drawing the castle. So, let's start about there. Let's turn on the level layer. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good spot. It's alright. Okay, turn him off again. Alright. Whoop, didn't mean to do that one. Okay, and then we have 3 pieces like that. And then we have that piece and that piece. I think this is right so far. I'm going to double check my work in a moment. Okay, there's a window there. This is the other window, the right hand window there. Okay, and then you put some normal bricks there, and then we do open ones at the top. Ta-da! There's that castle. Okay, let me just double check that against the original image, and then cry like a baby if I'm wrong. So, I probably should have had this up and ready, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yep. Except for the door's short. So, what I want to do there, I'm just going to put the black one there, and then put the arch one above it. That looks better. I knew something was a little bit off about that. So that's our background done. Now, as for the actual level, we don't need the castle to be a part of the level at all, to be completely honest. Okay? What we do need is the good old flagpole. Now, first of all, the flagpole you can't run into. If you collide with the flagpole, again, that's going to cause us issues. So I'm going to stay on the background tile map. Okay? And your flagpoles are over here on the right. You've got the top and you've got the down part. What do you want to call that? The actual pole itself. Now, there's always a brick below it, and then it's 10 high, including the brick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the top one, whoop, let's put that one there. Sorry, there should be 9 of those. And then you've got the actual flag at the top, just like that. So that's what our flagpole should look like. Okay? I'm going to re-enable level. And I'm going to draw the solid brick at the bottom so we can actually step on the brick. Okay, so click on the level tile map, select this brick, bottom from the left, second from the left, and put 1 little brick there like that. Okay? And that's it, pretty much. That's our castle and our flagpole set up, ready to go. So what we want to do is you want to grab your flag, you want to put him up the top with the other guy. Okay? Just like so. And the castle flag, now you can see the issue being he sort of appears in the wrong spot now, doesn't he? He's not really where he should be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him on the background layer. So Mr. Castle Flag goes to background. And then I'm going to right click, if I can, on the flag. This is going to be really annoying at the moment. No, come here. Okay, I might need to move him. Oh, God. Get off. Right click, Z order, send to bottom, because you're being a douche. Put that back. That's better. So now the castle sits over the top of him. Sorry about that screw up, people. Alright. So we're getting closer and closer. Now, these guys need to be on the level layer. Now, what layer do I have him on? Blocks. He should be level. These guys should be level as well. Okay, and we need to put them in place. So the castle door, I actually put here. Now, the reason I put him over here and not over the top of the door is because when Mario hits this, that's when Mario's going to disappear. Like he's gone into the door. So you actually want Mario standing over the top of the black stuff when he disappears. The next part is the flagpole. Just grab him, stretch him right up. Now, if you want to be an ass, you can go right to the top, but I'm just going to leave it there. And yeah, we're pretty good. Let's just make sure these guys aren't visible because I forgot to change the setting on him. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's just grab Mario and see how it looks first. I know it's not actually going to work. And I'm going to move the camera disable to like over here, because that's roughly where the camera stops following Mario at that point. Okay. Now the first thing I want to do, people, I'm going to actually disable the music. I'm sorry. Only because I don't want to hear it every single time I run this game. Grab my game. Okay, Mr. Mario. I have a flagpole I need to erase. Alright. It looks like an ending, doesn't it? So let's actually get it so we can start making it. I could get rid of this flagpole first though, don't I? So what layer would that be on? That would be my overlay. So I'm going to turn off my level, turn off my background, turn on the overlay, and I'm going to erase that. Alright, sweet. Turn them back on, overlay, off you go. So, what's the next step? Really, our next step is changing a bit of Mario's code. Because unfortunately, what's going to happen is Mario's going to run up, he'll hit the flag, and we're going to purely take control of him and move him down the pole. Okay, and then Mario, once he hits the bottom, we're actually going to turn the platform behavior back on and start making him jump and run across. Now, the reason we have to change Mario is that we need to have some kind of trigger to say that the player's in control or the player's not in control. So, first step, people, I want you to go down to default controls on Mario and turn that to no. That means we're no longer going to have control of Mario until we add to our event sheets. I want you to add an instance variable to him, which is called is in control. It's a Boolean. Make sure he is true to start with. Okay. So go okay. And make sure you're ready because I'm about to jump into Mario's code and we're going to start changing it here. Okay. So now we need some way of being able to control Mario in the first place, because right now we can't control Mario. So let's create a new group. I'm going to call it Mario Controls. Take control of Mario's buttons if we can. Okay. So I'm going to add a sub-event to check if is in control is true. So sub-event with S, go to Mario, check for a Boolean instance variable, and let's check is in control. And the rest of the code is going to be a sub-event of this guy here. So let's just go S again for a sub-event. Keyboard, let's go key is down. Make sure you got this one here. Left arrow. You could even add the A key in there if you like your WSA and Ds. And if we're holding the left arrow, we're going to simulate. So go to Mario and simulate the left. Now you can probably see where this is headed. We're just going to copy and paste this 2 more times. Bang, bang. Edit the keys. So this one's right. Yes, done. And that is right. That is up. And this is jump. And that's going to allow us to control Mario again. I'm just going to save that. Okay. And we're going to do one more little thing. We're going to make it so that when we're pressing keys, we're not taking control of his set mirrored or not set mirrored. So mirroring Mario left and right. Okay, so the code for this was up in the animation. So I'm going to scroll up. Let's minimize these guys. Okay. Under the is active section here, we've got 2 little events. On left arrow pressed, we mirror. On right arrow, we don't mirror. So I'm going to add a second condition here. So click here and press C. Go to Mario. Go to Boolean. Is in control, and copy and paste that condition into here. So not only do they have to press left and they have to be in control, okay, well, before they can mirror. That's pretty much it, okay? So that's it. So quick test, just make sure it still works. I can still move Mario, he still mirrors. We can still jump and make noise. Okie dokie. Now, this is going to be the big part, people. We've got a lot of work to do over in the world event sheet, and this is going to take us a while. And I apologize how long this is, but it's basically, we're going to break it up into stages. Alright, it's all going to be in this video, but we're going to break it to stages of what we're going to do. I'm going to add a couple of global variables up here, okay? The first one is going to be called on Flagpole, and he is going to be the most important on Flagpole. He's going to be a number, and he's probably the most important event, or variable and most important part of information about this entire video. He basically tells us where we're up to with Mario. Okay, if it's 0, Mario's just running around like normal. If it's 1, he's just hit the flagpole and we need to move him down. If it's 2, he's jumping off. If it's 3, he's running across. If it's 4, he's gone inside the castle. If it's 5, fireworks should be going off. If it's 6, the level is done. So you can sort of see that progression. It's the stages of completing the level and taking control of Mario. We actually need another global variable as well, guys. This is going to be called fireworks, and this guy is just going to simply dictate how many fireworks go off at the end of the level. Okay, so with that done, we're going to come down to the time section. We actually need to modify some code here, because right now this is set up to execute all the time. Okay, now yes, we do want to subtract 1 from world time every half a second, and if there's time to go, but if they're on the flagpole, you don't want to keep removing time away from them. We're actually going to check that Mario's not on the flagpole. So if we add another condition here, go to System, go to Compare Variable, and go to On Flagpole, leave it as equals 0. So every half a second, if we have time and they're not on the flagpole, subtract 1. So as soon as he jumps on the flagpole, we're not going to actually subtract any time. So copy this, and we're going to put it here as well, okay, and here as well. So none of this, we could probably actually have added a sub-event at the top there, to be honest. Oh well, job's done. So none of this time code will execute if we're on the flagpole now, which is exactly how we want it. I had a few issues when I was doing the prototyping with that. So really the next stage, people, is adding a group down here and adding all of our code. Woo! Alright. First group we're going to add is going to be fireworks, and this one's going to be pretty quick. We're just going to add an event, which is the start of the layout. So System, Start of Layout, and we're going to stop the fireworks animating. So firework, stop. And the reason we're doing that is because when the fireworks, stop animating, we're actually going to destroy them. So for the moment, we're literally just going to stop the firework animating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's replace the object in each one. So right click, replace object, firework 2, right click, replace, firework 3, and and then so forth. So none of them are going to be animating when the game starts. Okay, so that for the moment, we're going to add some more code. I spelled that right, yeah. We're going to add some more code to that group in just a moment, but we're going to add another group, and this is where all of the hard stuff is going to be. So let's quickly add another group. Let's call this Flagpole, and let the fun begin. Okay, so the first thing that's ever going to happen is Mario is going to jump and hit our flagpole object, the invisible one, the red one. Did I make it red or did I make it purple? I made it purple. Okay, so the purple one. So add a sub event to this guy. Let's go Mario on collision with another object, flagpole. Done. Okay, if he hits the flagpole, we're going to get this whole process started, and the process is going to be, setting our global variables, making him move down the pole, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're going to call a function. We haven't made this function yet, but we're going to call it. So I want you to go function, call function, and in the quotes, just type in flagpole. Okay, and this is actually going to be one of the biggest functions that we do. I'm going to add a second function in there as well. And this guy is going to be called flagpole points. So they're the points that appear on the right hand side. Now, before we go any further, we need to figure out straight away when Mario hits the flagpole, how many fireworks do we produce? Now, if you know your Mario game, you're going to know exactly what I'm about to say, and I apologize for teaching you to suck eggs. However, if you don't know how the fireworks work, here it is. If your world time ends with the number 1, you get 1 firework. If it ends in 3, you get 3. If it ends in 6, you get 6. Any other number on the end does not produce a firework. So we're not talking that you have to get 1 second to get 1 firework or 3 seconds to get 3 fireworks. If you literally have 31 seconds, you will get 1 firework. If you have 76 seconds or time, you will get 6 fireworks. It just is that last number on the end. Okay, so we need to check that right now before we do any work with the time. So click here, press S for a sub-event, and we need to check what the world time is. So go System, and we're actually going to use compare two values for this one. The way to check the number on the end, okay, you could do lots of subtractions, you could do heaps of maths, or you could use a lovely thing called modulus. Alright, I'm going to go world time. Modulus looks like this. He is almost exactly like a division. So think of him like that. We're going to divide by 10. But what modulus does is it divides by 10 but gives us the remainder of, I suppose, the operation. So if you divide the number 71 by 10, you get 7.1. That 0.1 is the remainder. Okay? So if I go 71 modulus 10, I get 1. And that's exactly what we want. So this is going to produce 1 firework. So go System, Set Value, Fireworks to 1. And we're going to copy and paste that 2 more times for 3 and 6. So copy, paste, paste. Alright, let's edit this guy. 3, set fireworks to 3. I could probably set fireworks to, you know, whatever the modulus is, but it's only 1, 3, and 6 that are going to produce fireworks. Alright, and that's our initial setup, guys. He hits the flagpole, we set up these guys, and we figure out how many fireworks we're going to fire off. Alright, on to the next stage. So our next step is really implementing this flagpole function here. So we're going to do everything underneath this group. So click here, press S, whoops, there we go. Type in function, and let's go on function and call it flagpole. Okay, so in this function, this is where we're going to set everything up so Mario is ready to go down the flagpole. Okay, so there's lots of things we have to do here. First of all, we need to stop the music. So let's go audio, stop music. Alright, that stops it playing. We then need to take away the control from Mario. So there's 3 things we're going to do here. The first one is in Boolean. Alright, the first one is in control. Oh my gosh. There we go. Next one is going to be the is active. So I've just copied and pasted this guy. So I can change it to is active. So that disables the controls, that disables the animations. And then finally, we need to disable the platform behavior. So set enabled, make sure it says disabled, and Mario is set up. The next thing is we need to make it so the system sets the flagpole status. Remember, this is on flagpole. We're going to be doing this lots. So I'm going to go to system, set value, on flagpole to 1. And that means we're ready to do the first thing of our flagpole, which is move down the flagpole. Alright, I'm going to do a couple of extra things though. The next part is we're going to disable the collisions on the flagpole trigger, so it doesn't fire off again. So collisions to disabled. So this piece of code won't happen multiple times, it just happens the once. And then finally, we're going to play the flagpole sound. We're finally going to get there. So audio, play, let's just do the general play. And find flagpole. Now I'm actually going to use a tag as well. We're not going to use it to stop playing the music. We're going to use it to check if this sound has stopped playing. Because once it's stopped playing, we move on to the next section. Okay, so I'm going to save that. I'm going to give it a test. So we run into the flagpole. It sets the number of fireworks and then should set Mario up ready to go down the flagpole. Okay, let's run him up. Point. Not bad. Okay, the other thing we've got to do now is set his animation up. Okay, So what we're going to do, this is going to be a sub-event of the same function here. So click on the end, press S, and go to Mario. We're going to check his boolean is big. Now if he's big, we're going to set his animation to big flag. So Mario, set animation, big, oh geez, big, I went past it, big flag, okay? And if he's not big, well, he's going to be small. So let's put an else with an X, and go Mario, set animation to small flag. Alright, and that's going to get Mario set and ready, hopefully. Oh, I missed one very, very important little step just here, okay, and we'll add it right now, is setting Mario's X, because as soon as Mario hits the flagpole trigger, we want to set his X value to the actual flagpole. So Mario, set X to flagpole X. Okay, and that's going to put Mario right on the, hopefully right on the pole. I'm going to have to, whoop, where is it? There it is. What the? Refresh. Okay, that's better. Okay, it sounds a bit weird, but there you go. We're ready to go to the next section. So the next thing we need to do is implement the flagpole points function. So this is the one which has the points appear on the right hand side and it moves up when Mario moves down. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize this function. It didn't do much, and minimize this function, which does a little bit more. And we're going to implement the flagpole points function. So click here, press S on your keyboard, people. Let's go function, on function, and call it flagpole points. Alright, so this guy is first of all going to create the flagpole points object, okay, which we haven't got yet because I forgot about it, so we're going to make it now. And then it's going to calculate how many points Mario deserves, depending on how high he is on the pole, okay? And we'll talk about how much points in just a second. We probably should get the flagpole points object. So I want to come down to HUD, and I'm going to use the add points behavior. I want to copy this guy, or clone him, I should say. I'm going to rename him. He's going to be called flag points. Alright, and just with any of these text objects, we need to drag them on and set them up like they are. So I'm just going to click on points text, and we're going to copy the character set over, like so. Change the scale, I think it was 0.4 if I'm not corrected. Yep, that's it. Okay, we'll resize him so he's a bit more, there we go, applicable. I'm just going to type in 5,000 because that's the biggest points, or biggest amount of points I can get, so it fits in the box nice and perfectly. And we actually don't need this sign behavior. We're going to do our own movement code for this one, so I want to remove the sign behavior from the flag points. Okay, and I'm going to leave him down here, okay, because that's probably the best spot to have him. Alright, now we're going to use this guy. He's going to appear on the right hand side, and later on we're going to drag him up beside the flagpole. Okay, and that's just how it works. So the first thing we need to do is move the flag points into the right position. So I'm going to go flag points, set position, okay, just a regular set position. The X coordinate is going to be where the flagpole is, plus dot X I should say, plus 5, and that seemed to be the nice position for it. The Y position is 170, and that would put it at the bottom of the flagpole. Now if your levels are a bit higher or a bit lower or something like that, obviously this is going to have to change per level, so you'll have to implement your own system. But this should put it right next to the flagpole. Now the next thing we need to do is calculate where Mario hits the flagpole, okay? Depending on what spot, if it's down the bottom or up the top, he gets a certain amount of points. Now what I'm basically going to say, if he hits the very bottom, right down here, he gets 100 points. If he gets a little bit up here, he gets 400. A little bit higher, he gets 800, 2,000, and the very top gets him 5,000. Now the old school Mario, you didn't get 1-ups when you hit the top of the flagpole. Okay, you do now in the modern ones, but this old Super Mario Bros. You only got 5,000 points. Alright, so what we need to do is first of all calculate how high is Mario when he hits that pole. Okay, so I'm going to use a local variable here, and I haven't really used these before, but I'm going to go add local variable. He's going to be called points for flag. He's a number, and he can start at 1. This action here is going to be us setting the value of points for flag. So I'm going to go action, and you find local variables under system, and let's go set value. Okay, and have a look for the icon. He's slightly different. You'll see he's got a different icon because these guys are world variables, these guys are local variables. Alright, So, how do we calculate how high Mario is? Well, really, we know how high Mario is based on his Y position. Okay? Now, the flag doesn't start at the very top of the game, so I'm going to remove some of those Y values. That's roughly the value I thought was pretty good. Okay, I'm going to put brackets around that. Okay, so we're just taking Mario's Y value and minusing a little bit from it. Okay? If we divide that whole thing by 16, we will figure out if he hits the top of the flagpole, it'll give me the value of 1. Now 16 is because every object in this game is 16 pixels high. Okay, so we're figuring out, is he on the first 16 pixels, the second 16 pixels, the third 16 pixels. But really we need to reverse that. Okay, I want to reverse it so the top of it is going to be 9 and the bottom of it is going to be 1. Okay, so 9 at the top, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 going down the flagpole. So the way you do that, I'm going to put brackets around all of that, and we start with 9 and put minus after it, okay? So we start at 9 and then we minus the value we got, and that will literally start at 9 at the top and work its way down to 1, alright? Finally, this might have remainders attached to it, so I want to convert the whole thing to a whole number and get rid of any fractions, 0.1s, 0.5s, or anything. So I'm going to put int and brackets around the whole thing. I know that looks really ugly, but I just wanted to work you through the process of how I got that working. Now, it's probably not foolproof, it's probably not perfect, but it works pretty well for me. So please pause the video because I'm about to continue, and we have to check what position he landed on the flag. If it was 1 or less than 1, he gets 100 points. So let's go, by the way, click here, press S for a sub event. We're going to go to System, we're going to compare the points for flag, and we're going to check if it's less than or equal to 1. Not 2, 1. Okay? If it is, we set the flag points to 100. Okay? So you go flag points, can't spell, set text 100. Alright? And as you can imagine, I'm going to copy and paste these two little things all the way down. So here, the next one we need is going to be greater than or equal to 2. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste just the condition here, and we're going to check if it's less than or equal to 5. So from 2 to 5, he will get 400 points. Yep, so 2 to 5, 400 points. Copy and paste that, and we're going to go from 6 to 7, and that's going to equate to 800 points. I'm just going to copy the top one again, because I only want one condition now. The only other two conditions we've checked from 1 to 7. The only things left are 8 and 9, really. So if points for flag equals 8, then set the points to 2000. And then finally, I'll put, no, I won't put an else, that's just bad practice. Okay, if it's greater than or equal to 9, so I cover my butt, he gets 5,000 points. Okay, so these represent the height in which Mario jumps onto the pole. And that's pretty much it for the flagpole points. Okay, we'll actually add the points later. Okay, we're not going to do it right now. So I'm going to minimize that group. Okay, and we're going to move on to for flagpole equals 1. And I told you before, this is where Mario moves down the pole. So click on here, add a sub event. We're going to go to System. We're going to go compare variable. We're going to check if flagpole equals 1. I'm just going to put a quick comment in here. This is where Mario moves down the flagpole, as does the flag itself. Okay, I added that little comment with using the Q button, by the way. Press Q and it gives you a little comment above where you are. Okay, we're going to add a second condition here. So click here, press C, go to System, and we're going to do every X seconds, and we're going to do 0.03. You've probably seen that value before in my games. This is not the best practice to do this kind of thing. I just found this the nicest and best possible way for me. Okay, now we want to move Mario and the flag down together to the bottom of the pole. Okay, and then when the music stops, we are then going to jump off the flag. So the first stage is just moving everything down. So let's start with the flag. I want to add a sub event to this guy here. We're going to have a look at Mr. Flag, just the flag. We're going to compare his Y value. Now, if it is less than 100, 173 is the number I came up with. You might be able to change that number. The bigger it is, the lower the flag is going to go. Okay, if it's less than 173, we want to move the flag down. So let's go action, flag, move at angle. We're going to move at angle 90, which is down. And we're going to move 3 pixels. I'm also going to move flag points. We're going to move him up on the other side. So add another action, flag points, move at angle. He's going to go up, which is 270, distance of 3. Okay, so if it's smaller than 173, then move the flag down, move the flag points up. Okay, now I'm going to add an else here. So click on the edge and press X on the keyboard. And this is going to be when we get to 173 or greater. I just want to make sure the flag landed in the exact spot that he should end up in. So I'm going to add an action. We're going to go flag, set Y to 176, just like so. Now we're going to do the exact same thing like this, but for Mario. So I'm going to click here, I'm going to press S, Mario, compare Y, less than 176 this time, because Mario's got a different size to the flag. And we're going to go Mario, move at angle, angle 90 because he's moving down, distance of 3. And we're going to add the else, Mario, set Y to 176. So that way, when they get to a position, they actually just sit there and wait until things are ready. Excuse me. Now I'm going to add one last event to check that both the flag is at the bottom and Mario is at the bottom as well. So we need to check that the flag is greater than or equal to 173 and Mario is greater than or equal to 176. So click here, sub event, flag, just the regular one, compare Y, greater than or equal to 173. Okay, second condition for Mario. I don't know why I copied and pasted that. I could have just done it the long way. Compare Y. 176. If they've both met their targets, they've finished going down the pole, and we're going to play the stage clear sound. The doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, which is awesome. Let's go to audio, play just under the general section, find stage clear. There it is. Okay. Tag of clear because we're going to use it very, very soon. And we're going to set on flagpole to 2, which is going to be setting us up for the next stage, which is where Mario turns around, jumps off the flagpole, and gets ready to start running along. Okay, so stage 2 is literally just turning around and jumping. Okay, so we go to system, set value on flagpole to 2. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so we're ready to roll. Let's give it a test as always. Okay, this video is going for a while. I'm sorry, people. It's just a big one. Now, Mario's a bit high there, actually. I might change his value. Let's try 173 for him as well. I tested this a lot with small Mario, as you can probably tell. I'll probably have to reduce that number more, to be honest. I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, cool. I do have to reduce that a little bit more, but it's up to you guys. You saw how I changed it, and I want you to change it yourself. Okie dokie. So, let's minimize this group because this one is done. Let's add another sub-event here, and we want to check if Mario has... Or sorry, if the flagpole sound is finished. That's when Mario turns around and jumps off. Okay. So, let's go audio. Let's type in ended. Check for flagpole. So that was the original, that little doopy sound. Okay. We're going to set Mario to mirrored. So he turns around. And we're simply going to wait a tiny amount of time. So 0.3. Okay. So Mario gets to the bottom of the pole. You set him to mirrored. He waits a tiny amount of time. That's when he jumps off. Okay. So we're going to add a blank sub-event to this guy. So I just press B. Because I don't really have a condition for this one here. Alright. And we're just going to quickly set them up. Where is my code? So what we do now, let's add a blank sub-event by pressing B instead of S. And the reason I use a blank one is I don't really have any conditions for this one here. It's just going to be what it is. So the actions are going to be setting up Mario so he jumps off and runs along. So there's lots of things we're going to do here. So let's go to Mario and let's reactivate his platform. First thing, so we can actually move. And let's re-enable his... Where's active? Is active to true. So that re-enables his animations. Okay. And what we're going to do now is we're going to make Mario jump a little. And just to do that, we're going to set his vector Y. So let's go vector Y. I found 175 minus 175 to be pretty good. So that sends him up in the air. But we're also going to set his horizontal. So we're going to set his vector X to a value as well. So that makes him jump up and across a little bit. We're going to wait half a second. Wait 0.5. And then we're going to change his platform settings so he moves a little bit slower than normal. So I'm going to go to Mario, go max speed to 80. And then we're going to make sure he's already moving at that speed. So Mario, vector X, 80. And because we've just finished the second stage of the flagpole, we're going to set it to stage 3. So system, set value on flagpole to 3. Now I know we didn't actually check for flagpole equals 2 here, but just think of flagpole 2 as, you know, moving on to the next stage, and we've finished the second stage, so moving on to the third stage. So I'm going to save that. Let's give it a run. Make sure it works. Okay, pretty damn good, but you notice that Mario was mirrored that whole time. So I'm going to add one more action here. Yeah, here. Mario, mirrored, not mirrored. So we mirror him, we wait a tiny time, and then we not mirror him, okay? So he's not looking the other way. Okie dokie dokie. So this next stage, so on flagpole 3, we're up to the next one, so I might add a quick comment there. So flip Mario, jump off of flagpole. And I'll minimize this code, so pause the video if you're not ready to move on. And we're going to do flagpole 3. So scroll up, S for a sub-event, system, okay, whoop, compare variable, on flagpole equals 3. Add another condition, which is just going to be the every X seconds, 0.03. And what we're going to do, we're just going to simulate Mario moving to the right. So this is where we take control of Mario's platform behavior. So Mario, simulate control, right. And that'll just make Mario move to the right. Now that's actually the third stage done. So this is just move Mario towards the castle. And that's it. Oop, cancel. Now the next stage is when he hits the castle door. That's when he's going to disappear and we start adding up all these points and stuff like that. So scroll up, sub-event on this guy. It's going to be Mario collides with the castle door. We also want to just quickly check. You probably don't need to, but I'm going to check if the on flagpole is equal to 3. Okay, because we should still be 3 at this point. So when Mario hits the castle door, he's going to be standing over that little black portion, and we're going to make him disappear. We're going to stop him moving so he doesn't run off the edge of the world while he's invisible. And we're going to get on with the next stage of the flagpole. So this part's actually pretty easy. So Mario, just type in visible to invisible. Okay, we'll stop him moving. So Mario, let's go max speed 0. So he can't move anymore now. Let's set it to the next stage, which is flagpole 4. Come here. 4. And just before we go, we're going to play the point sound. Okay, this is where we're tallying up all the points. So just go audio, play, just like so. And we're going to find point. Did I not import point? God, I'm an idiot. Sorry, people. I've got to bring that sound in. Import the sound. Okay, am I in the right folder? No, I'm not. So Mario, whoop, sound effects, sounds, points. I'm just going to highlight both of them with the shift. Import. Okay. Wow, I can't believe I forgot to do that. Sorry, people. Add an action, audio, play, just the general. Let's go down to point. I'm actually going to set it to looping because I just want the sound to keep going until we tell it to stop. The volume is going to be -15 because the sound was actually very, very loud. And the tag I'm going to set to point so we know if it's playing or not. Okay, because later on we're going to stop it playing. Okie dokie, so we're ready. We're on to Flagpole section 4. This here is make Mario disappear when he hits the castle door. Alright, we're on to Flagpole section 4. So I'm going to scroll up and add another sub-event. System, compare variable, on flagpole equals 4. Come back down. And I'm going to add a second condition. This is going to be the every X seconds, but I'm going to do 0.02 seconds this time around. Okay, so it goes a little bit quicker. And this is where we're going to calculate how many points Mario gets based on how much time he has left. So for every second, or every point, I suppose, of time that Mario has left, he gets 50 points at the end of a level. So if he has 10 left over, he's going to get 500 points. So let's add a sub-event to this to make sure we still have time to subtract. So we're going to go compare variable. World time is greater than 0, like so. If it is, we're going to subtract 1 from the world time. So system, subtract 1 from world time. That's what it should look like. And we're going to add 50 to points. So system, add to, excuse me. I'm just going to open the list. We're going to add 50 points each time. Okay? Once we've run out of time, once we've hit 0, we stop playing the sound. So let's put an else in there with the X key. Go to action, audio, stop, point. Did I do point or points? I called it point to. Okay. I'm going to save that. I'm going to give it a test. There's a few things we haven't tested there, but anyway. That's going to go for a while, so I'm just going to jump off. But you get it. That's working really, really well. So I'm just going to add a comment. This is where we calculate the points for the leftover time. Okay, just like that. Alright, the next stage, we basically have to wait until those points have been calculated before we can move on to the next stage. Okay, so I'm going to minimize that. So we're still on Flagpole 4. Alright, we're just waiting for all of the time to run out. So I'm going to add a sub-event. We're going to check first of all, are they on Flagpole 4? So on 4. Like that. Second condition, we need to check that they've run out of time. So compare variable world time 0. And we're also going to check if the stage clear music has finished. We're not going to do any more until that music has stopped. As soon as the music stops, the little flag pops up, and that's going to be what triggers the next section. So another condition there, people. Audio. I'm just going to go is tag playing, clear. And I'm actually going to inverse this. So right click and invert it. So if we're on Flagpole 4, we've run out of time, and we're not playing the clear music anymore, we're on the next stage. So system. Okay, excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Or not. There it is. Sorry, people. Okie dokie. So wait for time to finish and music to stop. Alright, that's what we're doing there. On the 5th section, that's where we're going to get the castle flag to pop up, and it's going to be very similar to how we moved Mario and the flag down. Just the opposite direction. So system, compare variable, on flagpole is equal to 5. We're now up to the 5th stage, and we're almost there, by the way, people, I might add. Another condition, system every X seconds, 0.03. We're going to check in, we're just going to move the castle flag, to be honest. So castle flag, because it always starts in the same spot. So move, move at angle. Angle is 270 because we're moving up. Distance, I just did 2 pixels. That seemed like the right speed. And now we have to add a sub-event to check if that flag is in the right spot. So add a sub-event. Go castle flag. compare y. If it is less than or equal to 112, he has finished moving. So we're going to put him straight in that spot like we did with Mario and the other flag. So set y to 112. Move on to the next section. So system, set value to 6. Whoop, not coins to 6. Flagpole to 6. There we go. And that's pretty much it. Flagpole 6 is actually indicating that we're finished, that we've actually moved Mario, the music stopped playing, and the little flag has popped up at the end. So I'm going to test it like I always like to do. I might actually just quickly, it sounds silly, I'm just going to change the world time to like 20, because I really don't want to have to put up with all that. Wait for the flag. Oh, where's my flag? Where are you? Now, let's just make sure my flag is still in existence. Maybe I'll put him on a bad layer. I think I have. Put him on a very bad layer. Alright, so what we might do then, you saw all my stuff ups before with the castle flag. Okay, I've just remembered exactly what I did. I'm going to change his layer to the level layer. Alright. I think my level layer is turned off. I'm going to turn it back on. Whoops. Okay, so he is sitting in front of the castle at the moment. But what I'm going to do is we're going to draw over the top of the flag on the level tile map. Okay? So that might sound a bit confusing, but I just want to hide that castle flag. I'm just going to have to send him to the back Z order. Send to bottom. Okay, now you're starting to see what I'm doing here. Just going to quickly draw a couple of tiles over the top of him. So he's not on the background layer anymore, he's on the level layer instead. Okay, let's give that a quick test, because that should work. Should. We're always debugging as we go. Wait till the music's done. Where's me flag? What the hell? I seriously hope people were yelling at the screen when I did this. I didn't realise that I actually set the wrong variable up here. I should be setting on bloody flagpole. Can't believe that. Okay. With those two little bugs fixed, okay, you can see I was debugging in the middle there. Hopefully, it works now. Hooray! Okay. The last thing we have to do now, and it's actually pretty straightforward, but a little bit tedious, is the fireworks now, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend we have a function right here. And I'm going to go function, call function, fireworks. Okay, and this is basically going to handle, you know, the fireworks popping up at the end of the level if you get 1, 3, or 6 seconds on the end of your time at the end. So this code, I'm actually going to do at the top. I'm just going to quickly put a comment, move castle flag up and finish the level with fireworks. Put a question mark on the end because they don't always get fireworks. Okay, when you're ready, I want you to scroll up to the fireworks group that we made. Here it is. We're going to add a sub-event, which is going to be the function fireworks. So on function fireworks. First thing we're going to do, check if we have any fireworks to fire off. So that global variable called fireworks is our bad boy here. Press S for that. System, compare variable. Fireworks is greater than 0. Okay. If it is, we're going to set the first firework to visible and start animating that first firework. So firework, visible, firework, start. And from the beginning is best. Okay. Now, if we don't have any fireworks, so I'm going to put an else here. Okay. Then we want to finish the level. So we're going to pretend, once again, there is a finish level function. So function, call function, finish level. And this is pretty much what our fireworks setup is going to do. Now, I personally want to do this first. I want to handle the fireworks and then we'll come back and do the finish level in just a moment. So I'm going to minimize this function now, guys. So pause if you need to keep getting it down. Alright. But let's add an event to our fireworks group. Let's go firework. And we're going to check if his animation is finished. So just type in finished. Either one of these is fine. He's only got one animation, so on any animation finished is all we need. When the animation finishes, we destroy him. So he disappears. We add 500 to his points. So add 2 points. 500, because they get 500 points for every firework that comes up. And then we need to check, alright, if they've got 3 fireworks, we need to start the second firework up. Okay? And I've just realized I forgot something in this little function here too. We should play the sound effect right here. Audio, play, firework. There it is. That should be the first thing we do. Okay? I'll re-minimize him. So the sub event here is going to check, first of all, do we have any more fireworks to play off? So system, compare variable, fireworks is greater than 1. Then we obviously need to have another firework appear. So the first thing I like to do is wait. System, wait. For 0.3 seconds, we play the firework sound. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Firework. And then we start the second firework. Okay, just like we did before. So firework 2, visible. Firework 2, start from the beginning. Okay, and that's it. Now, if we don't have any more fireworks to play off, we call finish level. So I want to put an else here with the X key function. I know I still haven't implemented this, but we'll get there. Finish level. And now we have to do the rest of the fireworks. The rest of the fireworks are basically going to be a repetition of just all of this. So for the next couple, I'm just going to copy and paste this one. So copy, paste, but we're going to have to make sure we replace every firework object with the next one. So I'm going to replace the object here with firework 2, replace the object here with firework 2, and then we need to change this code slightly out. Now, if we're setting off firework 2, then firework 3 will automatically happen. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove the, I suppose, condition, I should say here, and the entire else section. So this is going to fire off no matter what. Okay? We wait, we play, and then we're going to start up firework 3. So replace object with firework 3 in this case. And you're going to see this repeated a fair bit. Okay? So I'm going to just paste again, which is put it at the bottom. I need to select here, then paste. This is going to be firework 3 now. So firework 3, I just might stretch this out so you can see the numbers. Replace object with firework 3. Okay, excuse me. And this is pretty much it. So we now need to add the check for if they've gotten greater than 3. Okay, so if we've done the third firework, that means if we're going to do any more, they had to have had 6 in that case. So now I'm going to replace the object here and here. Replace object with firework 4. Okay. And now I'm going to copy and paste this event twice for the 4th and the 5th firework. So copy, I'm going to put my cursor here and then paste twice. 1, 2. Alright, just make sure we replace the objects here with 4. Firework 4. Firework 4. Okay, this needs to be firework 5 because it's starting up the next one. And this is going to be firework 5. Now I would have paused the video, but there's a bit of work to be done, and this will be firework 6 in this case. Alright. Now, in this case, I'm just going to copy and put one more for firework 6. And the difference is, if we're done with firework 6, that's it. Game over then, people. Okay, there is no more to be done there. So I'm going to delete these 4 actions here because we're not going to do any more. The only action we're going to call is the finish level function. So call function finish level, which we haven't implemented just yet, but it's actually pretty easy. So that's how the 6 fireworks are going to go there. If you need to pause the video and catch up, please do, because I want to go down. I'm going to make one little correction, which I haven't done just yet, and then we're going to make our finish level function. Now, the one thing we haven't done just yet, people, is I haven't actually done the points. So let's say this is when Mario's moving towards the castle. This is when the flagpole ends. I just need to add the points for for the flag. Okay, so I'm going to go system, add to points. Okay, what was it called? Flag points dot text. I'm just going to put an int in front of that to make sure it converts it to a number. Okay, and that's just going to make sure that we add the points on that they've earned from the flag, because I realized I wasn't doing that before. Not even in the prototype was I doing that. So it's time to do the very last function of the game. So we're going to add a sub event here. It's going to be function on function. Call it finish level. And here's at the bottom. So let's scroll on down. And this is the last thing that's ever going to happen to finish up the level. So first of all, we're just simply going to wait 3 seconds. Okay, we are going to reset the flagpole variable. So system set value on flagpole to 0. And then this would be where you load up your next level. Okay, and the simplest way that we can get around having multiple levels and you reusing the same code is to have ourselves a global variable. So I just pressed V on the keyboard to make a global variable, make sure it says global. And I just make it next level as text and then go OK. And this last action is going to be system, go to layout by name and just type in, get rid of the quotes, next level. Okay. And the way that's going to work is you're simply going to set the value of next level at the beginning of each layout. So level 1, here's his event sheet here. So I'm going to go on start of layout. One of the first things I'm going to do is set the value of next level to, and because I don't have another level, I'm just going to make it level 1 again. Okay, so this is where you'd put the name of the next level. And this code would go in the next levels, and you just have level 3 in there, and so forth, okay? And that way it allows you to have just one line of code controlling what the next level is going to be. And that's pretty much it, everybody, okay? If you need to pause the video, I'm going to run this game for the very last time, and we are going to see how it works. Hopefully it works and I don't have to bug fix in the last seconds. Still haven't changed the time either. Okay, I didn't actually test our fireworks, so I'm going to quickly wait until we got a 6. Yes! We got 16, so there should be 6 fireworks going off in a second. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're off the screen. What a way to send out my videos. I'm a knob. And we've restarted the level. That's perfect. Oh my god, it's been one hell of a journey. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's managed to stick around for 20 parts of the videos and all the errors that I've had and the bugs and has contributed to the video, whether it be sounds or bug fixes or just general comments. Massive thank you to everybody for all of it. This isn't me done for YouTubing. I'm going to keep making videos, especially construct ones, until the end of this year. But a massive thank you to everybody who has just joined in, commented, liked videos and everything else and such. If you've got any comments or suggestions, please, you know where to put them down the bottom. I'm signing off for the very last Super Mario video, which is a little bit lackluster. It's a bit weird of an ending, especially with the fireworks off the side of the screen. But thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.